Hi everybody, this is Lorenzo from lorenzocapica.com, and today I want to show you how to make a cool wave effect using the Displacer Deformer in Cinema 4D. Let's get started. So here we are in Cinema 4D, and first of all let's create a new cube. Now set up the cube size, for example 200 by 35 and 5. Then we have to set up the segments by 5. Alright, now select cube and let's go to the marker menu and let's create a new cloner. Select the cube and drag and drop into the cloner object. Then let's go to the object tab and we have to stop by 0 and bz like 8. Increase count by 25. So now let's go ahead and let's create a new null object. And let's go to the Deformer tab and let's create a new Displacer. Then select Displacer and drag and drop into null object. Then select Cloner and make as a child of the null object. Then select Displacer and let's go to the Shading tab, Shader, and select Noise. Now we have to stop noise, for example like white noise, and set seed 800 and global scale, for example 600%, and relative scale by 35 by 0 and 35%. Now select brightness, for example negative 45%, and contrast like 5%. Alright, now select space, for example word. Right, now let's go back and let's go to the object tab. And we have to step the strength, for example 190%, and height, for example 40 centimeters. Alright, now select direction like planar, switch the orientation like Y. So now we can animate this scene. And so now increase the timeline seconds like 10 seconds. And let's go back to the Displacer Shading tab and set contrast, global scale, and brightness, and add a new keyframe. Then let's go ahead to 2.5 seconds, and now we can change the contrast, for example like 20%, and global scale like 900%. Now we can repeat this process for 3 times. Alright, so let's go ahead to 5 seconds and set up contrast like 5% and global scale like 600%, and add a new keyframe. Now let's go ahead to 7 seconds, for example, and select contrast like 25% and global scale by 900%, and add a new keyframe. And finally, let's go ahead to 10 seconds and set up global scale like 600% and contrast like 5%. Alright, so select null object and let's create a new cylinder. So we need to put the cylinder of the center of the scene. Then we need to stop the height, for example, like 100 and radius like 770. Right, now let's go ahead and let's create a new bool object. Then select null object and make us a child of the bool object. Then let's go to the bool tab and select A intersect B. Increase rotation segments. Right. So if you like increase the polygon of the scene, add to the scene subdivision surface and select bool and drag and drop into the subdivision surface. Alright. Now double click and let's create a new material. Let's go to the color menu, texture, select gradient, then click and set color like, first color like blue, then like red, yellow, and red again. Right, now let's go to the type and set to the eraser. Then let's go to the reflectance and add set up reflection strength and specular and set attenuation like additive. Right. Now select the material and drag and drop into the subdivision surface and select projection like flat. Right, double click and let's create a new material. Material for the floor. Select color like white and reflection add GGX. Select additive again. Set up the right, now let's create a new floor. And put material. Right, now let's create a new material again and uncheck color and check on luminance. Let's go to texture, gradient, set to the circular, right click, invert Nox. Then let's create a new plane and set material of the new plane. Right now, let's go to render settings and set up output like HD, HDTV. Then select frame range or frames. Save. Select your path. Add ambient occlusion and global illumination. Alright. Alright, thanks for watching and subscribe for more tutorials like this.